Hello, everybody. Today I found something really special. This might be one of the most beautiful studies I have ever seen, I think. This is just amazing. White has to find a number of great moves to win this, but in the end, it's rewarding. White can win, and it's not going to be easy. But anyway, even if you don't manage to solve it, it's worth to watch this full video, I promise you. Okay, so our pawns here are going up, and we have a couple of pawns blocking the way here for black, another pawn, which is a bit annoying, and we are going to move and win. Of course, we have the extra bishop here, and we have to use it in a very smart way to win this. So now you can pause the video and see if you can solve this on your own. If you don't see the full variation, maybe you can see the first one or two moves, and then you will get more chances to pause later on. All right, go ahead. And welcome back. Okay, so let's just start with something obvious. This is just a waste of time to grab this pawn. Black will attack our pawn here, and we can't really afford to lose this. You can push it, and we're gonna lose it. And now you see this is an A pawn covered by a bishop of the wrong color. It doesn't have the same color as up here, which makes it very hard to win this. The black king is just too close. He will just attack the bishop. Even if we move away, he will just put his king up here or something and really stop this pawn. And even if he loses this pawn, it doesn't matter. We cannot win this. So we have to be a much more effective than grabbing this pawn to start with. Okay, so of course we want to get rid of this pawn and able to get our own pawn up here to promote. That is the plan. And there's a very smart move, it looks like, but it's not the right answer. Bishop to c5 looks very interesting. If black grabs the bishop, we will just push the pawn on a4. And as you see, black cannot catch it, he's too far away. That is a win. But he doesn't have to take it. If he plays b5, which also looks interesting, we are actually winning this again. Then we back up our bishop to b4, and if it takes here, it's the same thing. We're gonna get this pawn up. If it doesn't take, if he does something like this, we're just gonna put the pawn on c5, then put the next pawn here, and really block everything. And then we can start moving our king. We're grabbing this pawn and getting all the way up here and grabbing this pawn, etc. That is winning also. But after the move, bishop to c5, black doesn't do anything about these pawns. He will just attack our pawn on c4 and ignores this. This is not doing anything. He will grab here, and now he's stopping us for sure. We don't. We're gonna lose this pawn, or we're gonna move it up here. King comes up, hides in a6, and we cannot do anything from there either because the bishop is the wrong color. Of should be a light squared bishop if we want to get this one all the way up. Okay, so this is not working. And I was saying we don't want to lose this pawn because we have the bishop of the wrong color. But anyway, the correct starting move is c5. This is amazing. Okay, so black is forced to do something with his pawn. He cannot ignore this. Then we will just grab the pawn ourselves and win easily, of course. If he chooses not to take the pawn, then we have the same as we looked at before. We will play bishop b4, put another pawn here on a3, grab here, and have all the time to get the king over and grab these ones also and win easy. So black is forced to take this bait. He will grab on c5. And now it's not that easy to find out how white is winning from here. So you can now pause the video again if you need and have another look on the winning path from here. Go ahead. And welcome back. So the point is that if we take this back, this is just a draw still. The king will be quick enough to come up here. I mean, if we do something like this, he will just grab our bishop. If we move the bishop somewhere, well, not getting closer, but he can push c5 in between, and then he will have his chance on getting our pawn, or at least blocking the pawn's way like this. So after black takes here, we cannot take, we have to play bishop to b2. And this is very, very clever. Now we are threatening to just run with this pawn, which means black is forced to play king d3 first to try to stop it. We will push a4. He will come closer, and now it seems he will catch up. Threatens to go here, and if we push the pawn, he will go here, and this is not winning for us. But we have a very beautiful move here, and I think you see it. If not, pause quick. Otherwise, here it comes. Bishop c3. We are just sacrificing the bishop here. Now we're blocking these two squares, and if black grabs the bishop, well, then he has no chance to cover or to end up catching our pawn here. So he has to do something else. And the beauty of this is that now we also blocked all the black pawns. So suddenly he comes into a Zugzwang. He cannot move the king to here and here. He cannot grab the bishop. Obviously, he cannot come down here. We will then run the pawn. So he is forced away from the pawn to d5. Just amazing. Okay, so he pushes the pawn to a5. Black is now aiming to walk around these pawns. And this is the reason why we started with c5, to really put his own pawn here to block everything. Okay, so now if we push on here, he will again catch the pawn by going here or hiding in the corner. Which means at this position we cannot play a6. So what are we doing? I think you understand the mission here. Again, another beautiful sacrifice with the bishop. Bishop e5 check. Obviously black cannot take it. He will not be able to catch this pawn. So again, there's a sacrifice he cannot take. He's pushing to d7 instead, trying to get around up here. We play a6. He comes up here. And now everything here is blocked. But it's a bit of a status quo, because if we are trying to promote our pawn, well, then we allow the black king to come in. So we cannot do that. Instead, we're going to keep it like this, blocking the king from coming any closer. If he's moving away, well, then he cannot catch it. So he's really in a Zugzwang, and we have to do something to really take advantage of that situation. So now the last chance to pause the video and see if we can find out how white wins from here. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. Again, we cannot take this pawn on h7. It's just too slow. Black will play c4, getting our king closer. He will play c3, and we are forced to take here. Or perhaps we can wait one more move, something like this. But then he will put his king up here. And even if we can block him from taking our pawn, he will just park his king here, and this is a draw. So instead of taking this pawn, we don't have to be worried about that. We're going to use our king to come down. This king is going to take these two pawns. That's the mission. This pawn is not doing anything. We will allow him to come all the way to h2, and then we will simply grab it with our bishop. So something like this will take place, perhaps, and we will catch this pawn. He will probably run his, etc. Doesn't matter, and then we just go up. Still, the king cannot move anywhere. We will promote. The king cannot come closer because everything is blocked here, and that will lead to a victory in the end, like this, and etc. Now he's forced away, and we will promote and win this as white. This is just an amazing study, isn't it? Okay, we'll do a recap from the beginning. Here's a quick one. Sacrifice the pawn. Black is forced to take. Don't take back. Instead, put the bishop on b2 to prepare for a beautiful sacrifice. King is trying to catch our pawn. Here is simply block everything. forcing the Black King away. Another sacrifice. And then here, now we stop with the pawn and block everything, and the king will really do the rest of the work. So I really, really love this study. I hope you agree with me. And if you really managed to solve everything, then you did a very good job. All right, thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye.